To I'm making this video because I want to share a couple of things that I've experienced this past week. I know the devil is busy because he knows he has but a short time, and man, he's been putting in overtime. And the way that he's been hitting me, it's been spiritually and in real life. The other day, the craziest thing happened to me. I was leaving the movies with my daughter, and I was talking to her about Jesus. We had just saw Young Messiah, and I was just talking to her about the Lord before I dropped her off at her dad's. So I pull up at a busy intersection, and I'm sitting the first car at the red light, and there were many cars behind me. The right lane is a turning lane, so people that were coming up to me, coming up to the light on my right, were making the right. So that they were steady moving. So I sat at this light for about 5 minutes, and I realized the light wasn't turning. By this time, all of the cars behind me were blowing at me. They were blowing like, go, go, go. And so this car comes out from behind me and speeds across the intersection. The light was still red; it didn't turn green. And mind you, that there's traffic coming. Look like they're going every bit of 50 miles per hour, going going past going across the street, across the intersection. And so I'm like, oh my God, these people want me to drive out into this coming traffic. And I just knew it was nothing but the devil. That was just so awkward to me. I actually started praying, and it was like, God was like, sit right here. This light gonna turn, because if you drive out there, something else might happen. That may not seem like a bit much to y'all, but man, being in that situation, having like 5, 6 cars blowing at you at the same time, it was just a lot of pressure. And I know it was the devil. Like, he wanted me to run out into oncoming traffic. The other thing that I wanted to share with you guys, I had a dream, and this dream was so crazy. When I say that, my husband was in the dream, my husband is the type of person that, he looks like he could be hard, but when you actually talk to him, he's not. He's loving. He loves Jesus, and so he it could be a bit intimidating if you don't know who he is just based off his appearance. But when you do actually speak with him, he's the type that smiles and crack jokes and stuff like that, and you be like, oh man, I really had this person. I really didn't think this was the type of person that this person would be. Well, in the dream that I had, there were some people from my past that came and knocked on my door. I let them in. And I don't know why I let them in. I was thinking to myself, why did I let these people in? I know that they're always up to something. I know that the devil uses them constantly. And I don't, why did I let them in? So my husband comes to the door, and he's grinning, laughing, and doing what he normally do, comes in. And one of the guys pulled out a gun and shot him in his heart as soon as he walked in the door. And so he said, "Ah, oh, he shot me," and he fell to the ground. And so I immediately jumped on top of him, and I started holding his chest and praying. Like, I didn't want any blood coming out, so I was applying pressure to it. And I was praying like, Lord, don't take him like this, Lord. And so I was screaming out for a doctor. I need a doctor. And a man walked up with a case in his hand. He said, I'm a doctor. And he told me to move, and he started to work on him. He didn't bleed at all. And he took him, and they left. And so the guy, as soon as they took my husband, the guy was like, you thought I was going to let you live? And he started to shoot at me. And I started to run, and I was running and hiding, and eventually I woke up. But I woke up laying next to my husband, for real. And the first thing that he said to me, he started to scream, "Oh, oh, my heart." That blew my mind. I could not believe what he was saying. Like, it was scary because I just had the dream, and I hadn't even had time to tell him what I had just saw. like I said, I know it's the devil. I know he working hard, and I told my husband, I said, you know what, he may can take your flesh, but he can't take your soul. You love the Lord Jesus Christ, and there's nothing anybody can do to take that. And it was scary for him too, me telling him the dream, and him saying that. He's like, oh, it's hurting. And I'm like, you probably just got gas. You need to pray right now. And we prayed, and it was that was that. But I just thought it was weird how it actually manifested in this realm. Just crazy. I want you guys to keep me and my family in your prayers, because the devil is working really hard in my life. um, but I know God is working harder. Keep me in your prayers, and I'm going to pray for you. Love you guys. And if you have any questions or anything, leave a comment. God bless.